Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and for the first time we have a monthly Thronebreaker EQ instead of Cavalier. So you are gonna face 7-star champions rank 2s mostly, and the first boss is going to be a ghost. Pretty simple and straightforward boss. Just be careful, her specials are unblockable, and also she has stun immunity, and you can have to throw a SP2 as soon as you get it, otherwise you will lose the power because of redlining. Now the only node you need to be careful about is going to be an encroaching stun. So after a cooldown you will be stunned. So you just need to time your specials together, or you can use a champion that is immune to the stun. So for example, Hercules is a great example here. Even if the encroaching stun timer is up, you're not going to be stunned as long as you have 1 feet of strength. So pretty simple, straightforward boss, nothing too difficult. Wait for her to throw the specials. Hercules is a good option. You can also go for other cosmic champions like Hulkling, like Cosmic Ghost Rider, Arcus. All of these champions work really well. Keep the armor break on Ghost, and she will not phase. You don't have to worry about the power thief miss. Chapter 1.2 brings in the M.O.D.O.K boss. Now he has Bob and Weave, so you can always bring in an Ebony Maw and let him degen to death. That is the cheesy method. He's also a metal champion, so you can bring in Magneto, but remember there is Be Like Water, so whenever you will parry or apply a non-damaging debuff, he will go unblockable. Now because Magneto is reducing his ability accuracy because of metal. He is not allowing M.O.D.O.K to go unblockable. And I also run 3x3 Petrify, so that also helps. Now, if you don't have these champions, what you could do, you could use a White Mags with a pre-fight. When the stun is passive, it is not counted as a active debuff. So Be Like Water does not activate, so you can use that. Alternatively, you can use champions with 2 strike, or you can also use champions somebody like Hulkling who can go unblockable. If not, Massacre is also a good option. You can also use a Valkyrie, just hit in the block. So there are plenty of different options that can be used. So yeah, pretty easy, straightforward boys fight. He's going to be poison immune with Bub and Weave, Singularity, and Be Like Water. And this is a mutant quest, so mutant champions will work the best for chapter 1.2. Bring in the mutant champions that have a lot of buffs, and you should be able to run through the path easily as well. Chapter 2.1 boss is gonna bring in Diablo with Shake It Off, Throwback, Resistance is Futile, Contagion, and Made of Rubber with Debuff, Synthesis, Stun, and Bleed. uh, Honestly, there are two options that you can bring in. You can either choose to bring in a poison immune champion that has kind of bleeds. So, for example, your Joe Fixit will work really well here, or you can bring in some bleed champions like Eye Bomb and convert it into the acid burn, and that would be a quick fight too. I prefer Nick Fury, so there is a node here, Shake It Off. So skill champions, if you have a debuff on you, you dash back, you can remove all of those debuffs on top of you. So you can use any skill champion that has bleeds, and you can dash back to remove the poisons, just like that debuff enhancement. Now you might ask why I am using bleed champions, because there's also another node, debuff synthesis. So if I stun the opponent, that is parry, and apply bleeds, that those will be converted into poison, and that will be helpful to bring him down as well because of contagion node. The quest is for all of your tech champions, so bring your tech champions with armor up or Avengers for to get the best out of chapter 2.1 and finish it faster. Next boss is going to be a Titania for chapter 2.2. Again, not really a difficult fight, just be careful, keep an eye on the Haymaker with the unstoppable, unblockable, and indestructible. Once that is down, then it's a pretty easy and straightforward fight. I like using Sharkov champions because if I get rooted, I can get out of it. SP1, SP2, both are easily evadable, and I am just gonna use a Mole Man here, build up my frenzy, and start hitting with those bleeds and criticals and bring her down. You can do something similar with Nick Fury as well. You can knock down to remove the non-damaging debuffs. You can also bring in the Kingpin, he works nicely as well. Or you can bring in a power gain champion, somebody like a Hyperion, so you can throw specials and get out of the traps as soon as you get on them. So the only difficult part about this fight is navigating around the navigating around the trap, and also the Haymaker. Once you have that down, it's a pretty straightforward and easy fight. Shang-Chi is also a good one. Now for the path, for the easy path, you can use your cosmic champions. They work really well for chapter 2.2, so you should be able to get through the easy paths easily. So yeah, not really a difficult boss. It's one of the easier ones for the Thronebreaker EQ. Just the HP pools are very high. Now, Chapter 3.1 brings a new champion that is going to be Baron Zemo with Couldn't League, Repeat Offender, and Enhanced Specials, and Stay a While and Listen. Now, this is the most difficult boss, and he's very annoying to deal with. So, the first thing you need to know that you cannot parry him on his medium attack because they are projectiles. So, you will have to reparry. Now, even with the reparry, he does a lot of damage in your block, so you need to bring in the right champions for that. Now, the best champion I found out was Magneto because Baron Zemo is a metal champion, so I'm just using reparry techniques, slowly building up my prowesses. And the more prowesses you have, you will not be rooted, so that is also helpful. So Magneto is probably the best champion against Baron Zemo. If you're also running one point in coagulate, the bleeds will not also affect you. So all you need to do is to build up to an SP3 with 40 prowesses. Throw that and you should be able to kill him off. Another good one is going to be your Another good champion is going to be your Apocalypse because he's immune to Disorient and Bleeds and also Incinerate. All of these debuffs are applied by Baron Zemo, so he can get through all of them. You can also use an Iceman. He is good as well because of his immunity to Bleed and Incinerate. And another niche one is going to be a Storm. If you have a level rank 3 Storm, because she has so many of those prowesses, she works really well. So prowess champions work well against Baron Zemo, but you will have to reparry. Now, if you're not good with reparry, you can use some other champions that can parry non-projectile attacks as well. So, for example, your Guardian works really well here. He will be able to parry the medium. You can also use your Angela. She can work also. And also Proxima Midnight. These are some good champions against Baron Zemo. And the final boss for chapter 3.2 is going to be an absorbing man. Now, if you don't bring in the right champion, it can be a very annoying one to deal with. So, simply put, you can bring in your Human Torch here, and you can simply melt him, or you can bring in champions some with a petrify. So like I'm using a 5-star rank 5 void. Now what that does is I'm going to reverse all the regen that absorbing man will get every time he will throw a special attack. Whenever he will throw a special attack, there will be a regen on him, and I can use that to my advantage. Now the key thing here is not to let absorbing man throw the same special over and over again, because that's his mechanic. He gets all of those criticals and he also armor breaks you, and before you know it, he just kills you off with only 1 or 2 hits. So he's a very high damage champion. So as you will notice, SP2. Now I will just push him to an SP1 and let the regen do the rest and kill him off. Again, his specials are not difficult to deal with. They are very easy, so just be a little more patient. SP1 has 2 hits just like that, and then you can go in and start hitting and push him to an SP2. Whenever you will parry him, because of empowered immunity, he will get the power, so you can use that to your advantage. So right here I'm just using reparry, trying to push him to an SP2. So just try to keep him to SP1 and then SP2, so he doesn't throw the same special attack again and makes life difficult for you. Once you have that down, the rest is easy. Once he throws specials, he will get regen, and it and the region will be reversed and you are able to kill off absorbing man. Some other good options can be your Human Torch, can be also your Mr. Fantastic. As long as you keep the petrify up, you should be good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found all the counters. Let me know in the comment section down below what else you use, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.